Okay, so we were seeking this in previous class, that is yesterday. Okay, was the need for Slack buses. Okay, we'll start with this. We were on to study your load flow analysis. Okay, okay, we have seen this all types of buses and all. So we'll see what is the need for the Slack buses. Okay, Slack bus or swing bus or reference bus, whatever you call it. Okay, is a generator bus. This is a generator bus. Okay. Generator at Slack bus supplies the specified real power injected into the system at another buses. Okay, the total system output plus losses. Okay, so inject into the system at the other buses the total system output plus losses. Okay, this is the Slack bus. Okay, nodal basis equations are used. Okay, because data preparation is simple. Fibers can be easily formed and modified. Fibers sparse matrix with a sparse matrix. Okay, so load flow solution. Okay, so this load flow solution involves two considerations. Okay, formation of load flow equation and application for of suitable mathematical techniques. Okay. So look for generally was the these two uh, given conditions. Okay. Considerations. Okay, that is the formation of load flow equations. Okay, application of a suitable mathematical technique. Okay, so let's see what are the assumptions to be made and what are the things to assumptions. Okay, first is a balanced system. Okay, variations in load and parameters are neglected. Okay, so balanced system, the variation in load and parameters are neglected. Okay, this is the first thing. Okay, now no mutual coupling. Okay, though no mutual coupling is why bus can be determined directly by inspection method. Okay, so it will be directly by inspection method. Okay. So we'll see now derivation of power flow equations. Let's see derive. Yeah, let's assume we have taken n bus system as written over here. Okay, where y bus into v would be I. Okay, your y bus is your n into n matrix, v is your n into 1, I is your n into n. So matrix would be like this: I1, okay, I2, IP, okay, in. Okay, similarly, the entire matrix would be in the form of n into n into 1, and it's like this. Okay, this is so the for load flow equation, we know we have different methods. We have Gaussian methods, we have neutral method, we have fast decouple method, we have fast decouple method. Okay, so we have these uh, methods. Okay, for solving your load flow analysis. You could do. Hopefully, you have studied this in your power system 2 and even in power computer aided power system where you could do the practical analysis. You have done MATLAB and codings and all. So this topic, what but in this what you have to keep in mind and what you have to see. Okay, because depending on the what competition you are going for, it is useful and it is generally considered. Okay, because totally dependent on the which type of in gate you will not get more and more questions in the load flow analysis and all, because okay, the tricky questions will be there because the numericals are very high. Okay, lengthy process are there, but if you are preparing for years, then definitely you could get one or two questions from that part. Okay, that is a necessity thing that you will definitely get that. Okay. Method 1, Gauss or Gauss-Seidel method. Okay, let's see. So equation A that earlier we have seen, that is your current. Okay, this is nothing but the current equation. Okay, YPP and VP equals to uh, reactive power. Okay, the power is PP minus QP by VP star. Okay, and it's conjugate rate of that voltage minus VPQ, VQ minus summation of VPQ. Okay, where Q equals to 1 to minus P minus 1, and where Q is P plus 1 to N. Okay, so this is the terminology. You could see. So the final equation you got in this particular format, that y p equals to that. Okay, the load flow equation for GS meter, that is the load flow equation for GS meter format. We'll see. Let's see the numericals, and we'll come into that. Let's see. I'm going to skip this part. Let's see. Okay. So, so this load flow equation, what you have get over here, this part. Okay, this yp is 1 by vp. Okay, this was earlier ypp into vp. Over here you could see in this part. So this was the final equation what you have get. Yp y vp equals to 1 by ypp p minus q p vp star summation of q minus q equals to 1 p minus 1 ypp q vq. Okay, q equals to p plus 1 and yp q vq. So this equation we have got. Now this they have sorted in out. Sorting in out means they have merged these two equations as these are minus, and only the what the term and condition they have there, that q is not equals to p, that they have made in this part. Because if you see the entire structure, it is the similar to that. Okay, p minus 1, p plus 1, only p. So q equals to not equals to p, that condition should be eliminated. The equations are same. Okay, now iterative methods, okay, to solve a set of nonlinear load flow equations. Okay, this is the, if we have a set of nonlinear equations, how iterative methods. The iterative methods means until unless you got the suitable answer, okay, or the desired answer, so it occurs. Okay, they repeated like in a for loop. Okay, consider that you are getting a for loop. So this is the equation what we have, right? Q equals to 1, 2 minus 1. This is the equation where p is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till n. Okay, variables are v1, v2, yn, and initial values are v1 is 0, v2 is 0, vn is 0. Revised value are this. Means initial value would be there. After one iteration, the revised value would be this. Okay, this one. This for this part. Okay, now. So how for the iterative method, this is the equation what we have. If we apply the iteration, what we'll have a new form equation, that is k plus 1. Okay, so you see in all the part, okay, the voltage part, k would be added, the voltage part will be iterative. Okay, so v is at which point of where k equals to I2 any random value. Okay, so see, so v k plus 1 equals to 1 by pp. Same it is there, only vp k is there, means next first value is this. Okay, the first data what we will get Okay, so first data we'll get from here. Let's take the V0, or we'll erase the VP. Okay, we'll write over there. I think the first value would be this: V0 equals to 1 y VP minus J UPY V0 star, right? The same manner now. So on the revised segment, what we'll have on the iterative part, we'll get one symbol, this. So the initial calculation was V0. Now the second, or we'll write VP0. The second one would be your VP0 plus 1. And next iterative would be your VP1 plus 1. The same way it will be repeated until unless we get the desired value. Okay, the converged value. Okay, so that will be taken care of. Okay, so in this you could see VP is the kth iteration value of the bus voltage VP, and VP k plus 1 is k plus 1 th iteration value of bus voltages. Okay, fine. Now, so let's see this load bus. Okay, so load bus, both magnitude and phase of voltage. Okay, over here the both magnitude and phase of voltage. Generator bus magnitude same, only phase changes. Slack bus magnitude will not change in iteration. Okay, this is the content. So to compute k plus iteration value of the bus voltage Vp for bus less than P, okay, k plus 1 iteration values are used. For bus greater than kth iteration values are used. Okay, so for load buses, change in magnitude and phase angle of the voltage is allowed in each iteration. For generator buses, the change in voltage magnitude is not allowed, and for slack bus, voltage magnitude and phase angles are not modified. Okay, so slack bus are never changed. So that will be called, that is the reference. That's why its name is also the reference voltage. These are not modified. Okay, generator bus. Okay, the reactive power is not specified for using in the load flow equation. Reactive power is to be calculated. Means generator bus means PV bus. Okay, load bus means PQ bus. PV bus, right? Similarly, what you have to find P and Q in this particular segment. This will be over here multiplied. You will get P and Q. Q will be get all positive parts, and this Q would be all the negative parts. Means imaginary segment will be in Q and positive part would be in this, right? Q max and Q min will be specified. Okay, if limit violates this Q, if fixed at the limit violated, then treated as a load bus. Okay, there's a conversion, that's a constraints that has been given. Okay, this acceleration factor, what is acceleration factor? That it helps in acceleration or the speed of the conversions. Okay, there is a random values we take, okay, which pushes the entire segment to a particular direction, okay, which helps in to getting the right value. Okay, you definitely you would be have studying in soft computing. Okay, these values. So, Gauss-Seidel part, right? Gauss-Seidel. Gauss-Seidel method advantages. So what are the advantages of this? Advantage is just simple. It is a very simple and only mathematical calculations are there, nothing much. Okay, it is a simpler technique. Computer memory requirement is less. Okay, less computational per iteration time. So these are the Gauss-Seidel benefits. So advantages: slow rate of conversion. Okay, conversion it takes a very slow speed, right? Therefore, large number of iteration is required. Okay, see, less computational time per iteration, but the iteration it requires a large number of iterations requires to get converted. That's why the conversions rate is very slow. Okay, the time at which it is being converted is take very longer. Okay, at as the number of buses increases, the number of iterations increases. Okay, so as many buses would be there, as many iterations would be included. Okay, so problem one. This is a problem testing. Okay, determine the voltage at the end of first iteration. Okay, only one iteration you have to do. Means you have to calculate whatever the calculation would be V0 and V1. Only these two values would to find, or V0 and P1. Okay, so these values are be, because let's see what is being asked. Okay, one iteration means after just one iteration, the next ready steps. Okay, so see what are given. These are the bus code, these are the bus code, and these are the admittance provided to this. Okay, if you could draw a single line diagram using this bus code, and you could provide, and see over here bus 1 2 3 4 are there. These are the connectivity. I mean, this is 1 2 3 3 okay, 4 and 4. It is this kind of circuit. Okay, so 1 is connected with 2 and 3, 2 is connected with 3 and 4, 3 and 4, and 3 is connected with 4. It is connected with 4. So this is the kind of network. Okay, now in these 4 buses, which are your PV buses and which are your PQ buses, it is being given. Okay, so see, in this only voltage is being provided. This bus 1 is your nothing, it is being given. The slack bus means reference bus. Okay, it is a slack bus or a reference bus, right? It is a slack bus or reference bus. Right? And this all three are the PQ bus, means load bus. Okay, all are getting load, only one is being injected. Okay, there's only one of the generators are being considered now. So if we draw the Y matrix, so Y matrix, the connections are being used and it is being assigned. So see, it is a matrix of 1 2 3 4, right? 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So it is 4 into 4 matrix. 4 into 4 matrix, right? So 1 1. This is your one part. Okay. So what will be the 1 1? Okay. So mutual means 1 1. What is the 1 1? All these two would be added. Okay. So see, 3 plus minus 12. 3 plus minus 12, right? What will be 1 2? 1 2 is 2 minus 8 0. 2 minus 8 0, right? What will be the same manner? Using this same, you have to add. Okay, you have to place the symbols, right? This is okay, this is done now. So what in this you have to find, determine the voltage at the end of the first iteration. Okay, so you have to find the voltage of all the buses leaving V1, because that is a slack bus, it will not change. Okay, so see, the formula has been given, that is your Vp k plus 1. Okay, we'll assume k to be the part. Okay, all the v0 will be used, the given data would be used as a v0, right? Now, so what you have to take that V2 K plus 1, that will be your V2, is for the bus 2 will be 0 plus 1. So we'll have to find V2 1, right? And V2 0, V3 0, V4 0 are being given. Okay, where it is given over here. And for P also it is given over here. Okay, that data you have to take. Okay, so let's see. Let's come into this. Okay, this is your V21, 1 by Y22, P2 minus Q2. Okay, P value is given, Q value is given, V2 star has been given, whatever V2 will be there, like 1 plus J0, so its conjugate means 1 minus J0 would be there. See, over here they have used Y22, or you could take from this 1, 2, 2, see, this part is being taken over here. Okay, P and Q value has also been given in this 0 0.5, 0 0.2 will come over here 0 0.2 and 0 0.2. Okay, so it has been done. Y23, Y23, okay, V30, V30 is 1.00 is been given. All the data have been given and just added. So this is your segment. Whatever you get will get P21. Okay, this is the data. Similarly, it will be done for V31. Okay, see, V3 power will be there. We have to utilize. Similarly, it will be done for V4. Okay, so you could see another segment that two answers have been given for V2 value. Okay, two answers are being provided into this segment in all the cases. Okay, so they have used, they haven't mentioned in this, but they have used. Okay, so this is on dependency of this. Okay, whether they have asked or they could have. Okay, because the alpha value should be known. See, in this escalated value means if V4 0 value is being given over here, see, V4 value is given 1 plus 0. Okay, so the acceleration value should be required with the present known value and it will be accelerated. Means, see, this is a present value. Okay, this is a present value V4 0. This is your alpha. This is the V21. Just we have gained. Okay, this is the V2 value we have gained minus of V2 0. Is the acceleration value will get. Okay, so it will be a small changes. Okay. There will be a reduction or there will be a changes in the small changes. Okay? That is the accelerated value. Okay, see, for all it is being done. So for it is all it has been done. So, right? So you could see for this, for this. Okay, there will be a small change, not really much changes, only small changes in that. Okay, that's a converse value. What will say that? Okay, to correct that particular segment. Okay, slack bus power and line flow. Slack bus power calculated after computing the bus voltage up to the specified accuracy. Okay, so your P minus Q would be your V P conjugate into y vq. Okay, so this is slack bus calculus. Okay, so see, slack bus power and line flows. Okay, slack bus power is given by this. This is the equation. Okay, for bus p. Bus p means if we consider for considering for one. Okay, bus one, so it will be your p1 minus gq1 equals to v1 conjugate summation of, so will not require the summation because only one value is here. Okay, y1 to v2. Okay, okay, this has been required in this. Only this particular will be required in this. Okay, see it is given bus p. Right? Now, so what is the next method? Next method is your Newton-Raphson method. Okay, so this method is powerful method for solving non-linear algebraic equations. Okay? These are the powerful method for solving non-linear algebraic equations. So iterative method, okay, Taylor series expansion, faster, more accurate, and reliable. Right? The advantage is conversion is better in comparison to GS. Okay, GS conversion rate is slow. Okay, the conversion is better. Number of iteration requires less. In Gauss Seidel, number of iteration requires is more. Number of iteration independent of system size, but in that is dependent. Okay, the number of buses would be more, so more number of iteration would be there in Gauss Seidel. But in this, number of iteration is independent of the size. Okay, load flow solution for the large power system, right? Disadvantage, solution technique is difficult. Yeah, that was easy, and this is your difficult. Calculation in each time is more. Okay, computational time is more. Computer memory required is like, yeah, if the longer equations are longer, okay, more iterations are means the solvent per iteration time is more, so the memory power will be more. Okay, it is a difficult, it is a complex. Okay, okay, we'll come into this segment. Okay, we'll see. Well, let's see now few of the more conceptual thing that will be helpful for you in the power system. Okay, now few questions. Okay, that is will seep into this part. Okay, now the very few first question is, okay, now so some these questions may ask somewhere in this. Okay, now the question is the voltage of a particular bus can be controlled by controlling the what? Okay, the voltage of a particular bus can be controlled by controlling what? Okay, okay. So what will be the answer of this? Let me give you a few example options. Active power, reactive power, phase angle, okay, or phase angle and reactive power. Okay, these are the options. Let's assume. Can anybody say what will be the option in this? One. The answer is your reactive power. Okay, I will tell you why and how. Main thing is to not to know the answer, but main thing is to know the reason behind it. Okay, now so listen, a bus is a power system in a line at which several components of power system like generators, load, feeders, etc. are connected in that particular bus, right? We're talking about the bus, right? And the systems to those now. So the buses in the power system are associated with the four quantities, okay? That is your phase angle, magnitude, okay? Magnitude of voltage, right? Then there is your active power and reactive power. And our question was the voltage of a particular bus can be controlled by controlling what parameter, right? So this is the thing, is it? Is it? So these four magnitudes are there. So what we control? Okay, what we could control? We could control the reactive power. We know the reason behind this. Okay, that because of that particular uh, uh, segment, it has been most relevant. Okay, now so whenever there is in a transmission line, you have heard, you have studied, whenever the voltage drop, what we boost is your reactive power. Okay, so to increase the voltage, okay, we boost that. That's why in many generators we generate this reactive power and we send in a transmission line so that it cover up the drop and all. Okay, so that it should maintain, okay, voltage profile should maintain. That's why we generate and we send this reactive power in your transmission line. Okay, okay. Now, so another question is this. Okay, this is your Y bus representation of a model of transformer. So what will be the Y bus of this? Okay, we have to find this. Y bus. Okay, this is a model of a transformer. What you have to find, what is find your Y bus. So how would be your Y bus would be looking like? Okay, so now we'll draw. Okay, this would be I matrix, this is Y matrix, this is would be your V matrix. So over here we have two. So it will be your IP and IQ with VP and VQ, right? Now the second terminology is the thing that we have to take. Okay, first will be 1 by JX. Okay, from here is also it is being located, means this is being transferred, so it will be minus 1 by jk, means this is 1 1, it is connected. Whatever connected to this particular point, it is 1 1, so only one is connected. So this and this, it is connected over in the similar manners, and this 1 1 and 2 2 would be same, 1 2 and 2 1 would be same, so it will be 1 by jx, and 2 2 would be connected in the second. So similarly it is connected as a jx. Okay, 1 by jx, so it will be this option, right? So we'll seek rest in next of the class. Okay, now time is going to over, it will be end at any particular time, so we'll seek rest in rest of the segment. Okay.